Ethereum. We will start with Ethereum, since it is the platform that NFTs use. In 2012, a young man named Yetһerеum, age 17 at the time, learned about Bitcoin through his father. He was amused by the very concept of Bitcoin and was extremely enthusiastic about its technology. He wanted to do something with Bitcoin and decided to start writing for the Bitcoin magazine. While he was writing for the Bitcoin magazine, he suggested many improvements to the Bitcoin platform, which were ignored by the makers and managers of Bitcoin, which anyone could assume. However, instead of being disappointed over this, he decided to create a unique cryptocurrency of his own. This disregard gave birth to the idea of Ethereum, which came to light in the year 2015. In its inception, the price of Ethereum has increased a lot. By the writing of this book, the market cap of Ethereum happens to be around $265 billion, while the price of Ether, ETH, was about $2,400. Definition. So what is Ethereum? Instead of just describing it to you in a technical terminology, we will look at an interesting example. Let there be a person named Jack, and Jack was a gifted rapper. Even though nobody cared about Jack's rap songs, he trusted in himself and knew that he would become a successful rapper one day. Instead of daydreaming about it, he started to get to work to achieve his goal. Now, Jack kept on writing rap songs. Jack used to write all the rap verses in an online application like Google Docs. One day, a so-called friend of Jack named John learned of this. Just like Jack is a gifted rapper, John is a talented hacker. He hacked into Jack's computer and stole all the data related to the rap songs that Jack wrote. Knowing that he could not do anything about the lost data, Jack started to write everything again in a notes app on his mobile phone. Seeing that John also hacked his mobile phone, without Jack initially knowing it, and stole his songs again. So now Jack writes everything in a notebook with a pencil. By seeing the example mentioned above, what are we able to make sure of? First, Jack's problem is not John. Instead, his problem is that he wants something secure, something with efficiency and convenience of writing, using online apps and the secure feeling of a pencil and notebook. What does the definition of Ethereum have to do with anything about the example mentioned above? Ethereum gives you the efficiency and power of the Internet. While it does not trust apps such as Google and Facebook, by doing so, your personal information would be generally stay with you. Usually apps such as Facebook and Google collect all of your data and store that information and the information of millions of their users within their servers. This implies that the user data is kept at very few locations, which we know as centralization. Therefore, when a particular place among these locations has been hacked, the user data will be compromised. Ethereum works so that it does not have to trust many apps with the user's private information. With the help of blockchain technology, this data is made secure in a decentralized way. The blockchain technology used by Ethereum can be referred to as Ethereum blockchain or blockchain 2.0. It did not invent blockchain technology, and it makes use of the already existing blockchain technology by making some improvements to it. Ethereum uses blockchain technology, more advanced compared to the blockchain technology that Bitcoin implements. The blockchain technology of Ethereum does much more than Bitcoin's blockchain, which is done in two ways. Smart contracts. The design of the Ethereum blockchain is unique, and transactions can only take place when some specific conditions have been met. The rules regarding these are known as smart contracts, which happen to be a vital aspect of understanding Ethereum. For example, let us assume that a person wants to buy a soda can from a vending machine. That person is needed to put enough money into the vending machine so that he can be able to get a soda can. If the soda can costs $2 and that person puts only $1 into the vending machine, he will not get a soda can. He will only get it if he successfully puts in $2 in that machine. If the requirements had not been met, the person won't get what he wants. Similarly, when a smart contract has been written, there is no way that anybody could do anything to change it. Hence, smart contracts can be referred to as trustless contracts. There will not be a requirement to acquire the trust of a particular individual on the network. If the contract conditions have been met, it will happen, and otherwise it will not. DApps. DApps, or decentralized applications, are the applications that usually do not run on a traditional server. Instead, they run on a blockchain, which allows them to decentralize their server. DApps are the central part of Ethereum's design and its views. People who founded Ethereum wanted to make sure that the users would learn about Ethereum and build on it. So other than smart contracts, DApps are an essential aspect of Ethereum. The coding language of Ethereum is called Solidity, which is owned by Ethereum and is used to build these DApps. Solidarity is like JavaScript, which is one of the most common languages used by developers worldwide. Therefore, developers can be able to learn it quickly and develop interesting DApps. There is a possibility that these DApps would compete with the traditional apps and might even replace the centralized apps related to social media, e-commerce, mail, banking. Thus, the possibilities of building DApps using Ethereum's blockchain are unlimited. So, we have learned that Ethereum is a blockchain network that allows its users to create smart contracts and DApps, which means it could forever change the Internet's perspective. How does it work? The cryptocurrency used in the Ethereum platform is known as Ether, ETH. And people usually get confused between these two terms. First, note that Ether is a currency, while Ethereum is a system. To get anything done on the Ethereum system, you will need to have some Ether. Ether is responsible for the successful running of the Ethereum system, and it's generally called gas. For this particular reason, any transaction on Ethereum will need a specific amount of gas to get things done. The bigger the job you want to be completed, the more gas you would require. One of the most common things that people generally ask about is the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin. In general, people compare Ether and to Bitcoin, as both are the major cryptocurrencies. So let us know more about some of the significant differences between Ether and Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a type of digital currency, and the blockchain of Bitcoin allows manual peer-to-peer transfers using digital money. If a person named A wants to pay some money to a person named B for offering services, he can do this by sending Bitcoin instead. As we already know, Bitcoin can only exist up to a specific limit, which is 21 million. By doing so, the value of Bitcoin will increase in value like that of gold or diamonds. The approximate time taken for adding a confirmed block on the blockchain would usually take around 10 minutes in general. Ether. As we have already discussed, Ethereum is the network that implements smart contracts and dApps, and Ether is the digital fuel for it. For example, when a person A wanted to send some money to person B, he can create a smart contract on Ethereum and pay person B in Ether. Ether is almost like Bitcoin technology, but it comes with smart contract technology. Here, the person B will not get paid until the job is finished, and person A will not be able to pay person B unless he completes the job. In real time, this can be applied to various types of transactions, like a company paying its employees. There is no cap on how much Ether can exist. Nonetheless, the number of Ether in existence will not exceed 100 million for a long time. This is because transactions made on Ethereum are extremely fast, which takes only a few seconds. What are Ethereum's features? Let us have a look at some of the key features offered by Ethereum. Banking accessible by everyone. Not everyone in the world has access to financial services, which is going to exchange with Ethereum. With the help of Ethereum, all you need is an internet connection, and with just that, you can acquire lending opportunities, borrowing services, savings products, and much more. Privacy. You are not necessarily required to provide all your personal information for using the Ethereum app. Ethereum wants to support the growth of value in an economy instead of surveillance over the people. Peer-to-peer network. Ethereum allows you to deal with any person you want, whether making agreements, transferring money, or any relevant activities. You can cut out the middleman and deal directly with others. No censorship. No specific government or a monetary authority has control over Ethereum, which means nobody can stop anyone from receiving payments or using the available services. Guarantees in commerce. Ethereum offers secure and guaranteed transactions, which means the money would be transferred between two parties only after everything has been done according to what was agreed by both parties. No necessity for a central authority to being able to do business. Compatibility. New products and services are being launched on Ethereum daily, and these products available on Ethereum and compatible. As a result, companies can become compatible with each other and build on each other's success. Ethereum mining. In Ethereum, new Ether is created using a process called mining, which we have discussed already. The method of mining in Ethereum is like the operation of mining in Bitcoin. First, nodes present on a blockchain should verify the transactions, and then the miner nodes are rewarded with new tokens. Just like a Bitcoin miner is rewarded with Bitcoin, on Ethereum, miner is rewarded with a new Ether. We have already discussed mining in detail, and therefore you should have a keen knowledge of what mining is and how it works. Just to be clear once again, cryptocurrency mining is like gold mining or diamond mining. Gold and diamond miners must dig, while cryptocurrency miners have to verify the transactions and add the blocks of data to the respective blockchain technology. Just like in the process of mining Bitcoin, mining Ether makes use of a conscious algorithm called proof of work. We have already discussed the POW algorithm. However, the bad thing about POW mining is that it uses a lot of computing power, which would result in the requirement for large amounts of electricity while making the process expensive and disadvantageous for the environment. Ethereum developers want to use another method called POS, proof of stake, to resolve the requirement for a lot of energy and environmental damage. We also discussed the proof of stake method while we were discussing proof of work. This method uses significant lesser electricity, and for that cause, it is way much better in terms of energy costs and saving the planet. In the POS consensus algorithm, Ethereum users having a lot of Ether with them are picked on a random basis to verify transactions. As a result, this type of mining will be rewarded with transaction fees, in contrast to a new currency. And the method will require a lot less electricity, as discussed before. People selected in the POS for verifying transactions are known as stakers and stakeholders. How to store it? Until most other types of cryptocurrencies, Ether cannot be stored outside the Ethereum blockchain, and therefore it isn't possible to physically store it with options. So instead, if you opt to use Ethereum, you will need a wallet, often called an Ethereum address. This Ethereum wallet will not allow you to contain any Ether. Instead, it will enable you to acquire the codes that are needed for accessing it. Such types of codes required to include Ether are called private keys. Regardless of the reason, when you lose your private keys, you will lose your Ether. Therefore, choosing a suitable wallet is incredibly important. Just like any other cryptocurrency, there are 5 types of wallets available for storing these. Hardware wallets. We have already discussed hardware wallets and how they can be put to use. One of the costly hardware wallets are known as Ledger Nano S, offers a safe and secure way of storing the offline keys. Anyhow, just like any other set of keys, the physical ones, a hardware wallet can be lost, and we suggest you be extremely careful in handling it. Desktop wallets. You can store your public and private keys on your personal computer with the help of a desktop wallet. This method implements the issuance and usage of password that you should keep safe. Additionally, desktop wallets take up a lot of storage space on your system. One of the best suggestions for a desktop wallet is the Exodus desktop wallet. Mobile wallets. Mobile wallets are very much like desktop wallets. However, they use a lot of lesser space compared to the storage space used by desktop wallets. Mobile wallets are the best possible choice for storing your public and private keys on your mobile phone. Jaxx, it's Jaxx, that is one of the best available mobile wallets, with offers for key storage for not only Ether, but 12 other types of cryptocurrencies. Web wallets. You can store your public and private keys online with the help of a web wallet. One of the best available options for a web wallet is Coinbase. However, storing any sort of data online means that it is vulnerable to cyber attacks. Therefore, web wallets are considered a safe option for storing cryptocurrency of any kind. Not only that, but we strongly suggest that you should not keep vast amounts of Ether in such types of wallets, which would cause a financial loss when lost. Paper wallets. We have already discussed paper wallets while we were discussing different types of cryptocurrency wallets. These are nothing but literal papers that contain your access code written on them. Even though these types of wallets cannot be hacked, you should always be careful about where you put them and how safely you put them. We've already mentioned that when a wallet is connected to the internet, it would be referred to as hot storage. And when it is not connected to the internet, it's known as, yes, cold storage. When you're storing your private keys, it is suggested that you make use of a combination of both these hot and cold wallets to get maximum security over your private keys. By now, you must have had a general idea of how you can manage Ethereum storage and choosing a wallet that is suitable for you. How to buy it. There are three major sources from which you can be able to acquire Ethereum, which are as follows. Brokerages. Cryptocurrency brokerages are the exchanges such as Coinbase that allow you to buy and sell Ether while charging a fee. Although being quite simple to use, brokerages can be expensive. However, with the help of brokerages, you can buy Ether using your fiat currency, such as the US dollar, the GBP, the euro, and this can be done using a credit, debit card, or a bank transfer. Trading platforms. Trading platforms act as a middleman between the buyers and sellers, and traders most commonly prefer these trading cryptocurrencies. For example, using trading platforms such as CEX.io, People can trade between cryptos like selling Litecoin for Dash, buying Bitcoin with Ether. Peer-to-peer platforms. With the help of these, buyers and sellers can contact each other directly and negotiate prices for buying or selling their cryptos. However, this is said to be riskier when compared to other methods for buying Ether. This is because the trading is done directly with someone you do not know. There will not be the necessity for a middleman, and hence, you won't be required to pay any fees. Moreover, you can even pay cash as a payment method for acquiring cryptos. One of the peer-to-peer platforms that are known as the best for purchasing Ether is local Ethereum. Fintech company. Finally, you can acquire Ether from a fintech company such as Simplex, which provides you with complete safety and liquidity while making transactions. At Simplex, you can buy Ether with fiat money, which is with the help of a credit card or a debit card.